What's up, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Thinking Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Dustin Cowan. This is my cousin, Justin Gonzalez. What's going on, Justin? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Paid a whole bunch of parking tickets today, as we discussed.
Yo,
I
man.
don't want to disclose the amount,
Oh, my goodness.
but it was a lot.
The city's crazy, dog. The city's crazy. And the funny thing is I think these smaller towns in the southeast are seeing what northeast towns are doing with their roads, and they're trying to emulate it. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you make money.
There's a show called Parking Wars for those out there not familiar with it. It's based in Philadelphia. You can see how bad these parking authority people are. They will literally like wait by your car until the meter warms out to give you a ticket. There's, there is no punches pulled.
I think at that point, man, like get a phone app. Get some business. Like date a girl, date two girls if you can just wait by somebody's car meter. If you got enough time at your job to wait by somebody's car to write them a ticket, like get some business, dog.
Bro,
Get
if you're
something to
by
do.
that, if you're by the handicap poles when you got parallel park and you're over by like that much, it's a ticket.
That's wild, man.
$300 ticket, 325.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
And don't let you have more than one ticket. You're gonna have that yellow boot on that bad boy. And then you gotta go down to the parking authority and then wait 3 years of your life to get your car back.
You know what? That's what you should do. You should buy a boot and put it on your car before, so then they already know you're like, oh, he's booted. We good, and just bypass your car, and then you just get out, unlock the boot, put it in your trunk, and move to the next one, boot it back.
You're onto something there.
They sell. I don't know. Now. I'm gonna tell you now. I know a lot of people. You can go get a boot. I mean, you go get a boot at Tractor Supply. Not hard to place to go get a boot.
Oh,
But
wow.
that boot from the city is different.
It's heavy.
That thing closes the whole rim and it slides under, so you can't drive it up. So because it'll tear your car up. Yo, have you looked on YouTube how to get out of that thing? Like, this is a bunch of crackheads who know how to. I say crackheads, sorry. It's a bunch of YouTube videos where people are getting that joker right off. Like, getting it right off.
I have not
I
seen
didn't,
it.
I didn't mean to call them people crackheads. Some of the people are geniuses because I can't get you out of a boot. So I'm going to say these geniuses get these people out of these boots. And they don't do it with a lot. It's not hard to do. That was bad. I apologize.
Yo, so what? They take the boot off and turn around like, yo, you got
No,
$20.
no. It's be their car. They take the boot off because they've had it so many times. They just know how to get out of it. Don't even care. Like they wait for the boot to get on there. They wait for the person. They go out there with a little tool. Bap bap bap. Drive off. I'm talking about these videos are no longer than 2 minutes.
And they take the whole boot off.
Whole boot off.
No damage to the car.
No damage to the car.
Wow.
It's wild.
That shows you the ability the human mind really has. If you really want to just do something, you can do it.
Dog,
Period.
honestly, if you really put your brain to it, you can probably out engineer anything that's designed to
Anything you want. You
and
just gotta
also
want it.
time and persistence, right? Time and persistence. Yo, man, let's get into these topics, man. I mean, we kind of heated the discussion off mic, but let's get into these topics. I'm gonna start with something light first off. I got a comment on the shorts, and someone says talking judgy about people. I just want to put a full disclaimer or whatever. People, listen. When you talk for I would say for a hobby, for a living, for entertainment, for whatever this is, whatever this becomes, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. If you talk enough, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna judge the people. I just call these people crackheads who can do something I can't do. That's not crackheads. That's genius. That's smart. I just put my foot in my mouth, right? I judge them before I did anything. Prime example: judge people. You're gonna judge people talking and having opinions and statements about things that come to you in the news. It's your perspective. Your perspective is judgment on people, but it's still your perspective. So if you take the podcast as too judgy, whatever, not apologize ahead of time. But I'm gonna keep doing my thing and talking the way I talk. So, just so you know, heads up. But I don't know if you got anything to say about that, Jay. But
Um, I think it's just kind of natural. Like, I guess judgy is a particular word, but anytime you have a platform and so there is going to be a strong opinion, and I think we need more of that in this country where people actually stand on a side.
yes,
We have way too many people in the gray,
yeah,
and they're like, yeah, and they're like, They are agreeing to things they don't agree with just to be politically correct or out of the way so they don't get judgy. But we'll leave that there.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I watch a lot of podcasts, and one of the podcasts I watch happens to be Joe Budden, and his friend Ice on the show always says it's not about what's right or the truth. It's about what people like. It's who we like more in the moment. So if you like a side more in the moment, that's what it is. But you might be completely off to the other side. I think like the way that media, entertainment, news, all that's delivered to us, it's so much fluff over the real topics at hand that they divide you by liking something versus what is the real, what is the truth about stuff. Like, oh man, look at such and such. This actually, you know what? This actually brings me into my next topic. Next topic. So this week, Shannon Sharp and Mike Epps got into beef. Mike Epps got on stage and called Shannon Sharp homosexual or gay, whatever not, said something. I believe a lot of comedians have been calling Shannon Sharp gay. And the reason I think they do it is because he happens to talk with a lisp and he talks from, he's Southern, he has a Southern accent, he talks the way he talks. Um, he has been caught, when I say caught, excuse me, he has been photographed with his stylist. At one time, his stylist was a homosexual man. But my question was, how many times are we supposed to be called gay? Like, why is that in the black community of entertainment and success? After someone gets and achieves that success, oh, he's gay. Oh, he's gay. He slept his way up to that position. Oh, he bent the knee and did something salacious to somebody to get to that position. Why is when we reach our peak or getting to our peak of success or power, you gay now?
Hmm. So there was a term uh, back when I was like in the height of my music, and I guess when you're in the studio realm and these labels and all that, there was a label on like certain artists that we may think are straight or whatever, but the word was or the term was quasi homos, right?
Okay.
So these dudes that are like kind of in the closet, but for entertainment purposes, they in the videos with all the girls and this and the other. So I
Right.
think that stigma just kind of carried over into everything else, right? So any black dude that's successful, uh, has his own platform, all the other things, is like, oh, he's Illuminati, right? Oh,
Right.
he's gay. Oh, he sold himself to the devil.
Right.
However, Shannon Sharp's a little unique because he was on the Skip Bayless show, right? He is on First Take, but at the same time, he walked away from that show, right, to create his own platform where it can be
Right.
safe for that truth to be told.
Right.
So I think there's just a lot of people trolling him. They may not like what he's doing. Clearly, a lot of people didn't like the Cat Williams thing that happened, right? They didn't like that interview. And a lot of people did, but I think that brought to light a lot what's going on in the industry, which people play naive to, right? They really
Right.
are making actors, both black, white, Latino, Indian, getting dresses to get certain parts, right? It's
Right.
not just the black dudes, it's everybody. So it's everybody in that industry. There's photos of Brad Pitt, Robert Downey Jr., like all these people that cross dressed to have the career they had.
But I guess like okay, so like we talked about the dress, I think in a couple podcasts back. But like for instance, I guess what I'm talking about, I guess in our community is we immediately go to someone who pronounces themselves as heterosexual to calling them homosexual. I mean, Shannon Sharp has 3 kids. Like, I mean, 3 kids alone. I don't have any kids, so because I don't have any kids, I'm gay now, right? So I mean, like, Shannon Sharp has 3 kids. Like, like if you had 3 kids, not to say that everybody with kids is straight, but I'm saying like you had 3 kids, that makes me think that at one point you did like a woman at one point enough to have a kid with her, or was attracted to a woman enough to have a kid with her, or you knew what to do comfortably enough to have a child with the person. So like, my point is, I guess, is like, when are we growing out of that? Like, when are we gonna be like, yo, like I don't fool old boy, he gay. Well, he gay because he's more successful than me. I don't fool. He's gay because the only way you reach that amount of success is because you gay. Like, dog, that's just a trash ideology. That's a trash way to think, and it's no way that as a people we're gonna get better by insulting the people who can actually pull us up. Shannon Sharp
Mm.
is very open to sharing his platforms, his success. And he is, I would say, offered a hand to Ocho, Gil Arenas, anybody who's ever been on Club Shay Shay, Look what he's doing for First Take with Stephen A. Now Stephen A. helped him out in that situation, but
Absolutely.
you didn't see Shannon Sharp when he was on Fox Sports One or FS1 saying, "Oh, Stephen A. gay because his show is more successful than us and Skip." He didn't say that. No, you know what he did? Had conversations with that man, took him as a mentor. Now his mentor and mentee right there. And some people might say, not to say this is true, but Shannon Sharp might be right now a little more famous than Stephen A.
No.
Not saying in sports, I'm saying in general because of where he's doing like his interviewing. Like Stephen A. is definitely more known in sports, but I'm saying like as far as like notoriety with the interviews, with the entertainment value right now. Okay, how about this? In 2024, Shannon Sharp is definitely having a better year than Stephen A. is what I'm trying to say. I guess let's just put it more in perspective.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like right now, he's more buzz than Stephen A. is. I'm not saying Stephen A. is cold at all, but Shannon Sharp is hot.
I agree with that. I won't say he's bigger than Stephen A., but definitely right now, given the he's kind of been riding the whole comedian train.
Oh,
That whole controversy, he's riding that out right now, which is brilliant. I mean,
he's on the way.
Cat Williams, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. He had everybody up there. He had Ricky Smiley. He had Monique.
He recently did.
He's just getting, he's getting everybody's truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like,
He recently did Country Wayne and Desi. That's the
Okay.
last one I saw was Desi. He has what's the quarterback out of Texas Tech, the white boy who was too short. Probably played 3 years in the league.
Johnny
Manziel. Johnny Manziel is his next interview. I'm gonna watch that. That's my next one to watch. But
So he's picking people. He's doing whoever his PR or whoever his team is. They're picking like really good candidates to be on his show.
It's an algorithm thing, man. Like let's be real. Shannon Sharp is
Could be bisexual.
no, man. It's no, it's an algorithm thing. He took his team. Like, okay, if you were FX1 and now you're on ESPN and you were on ABC before, you've been an announcer, you've been a sports analyst for the last, I'd say, better part of 10 plus years, right? He played 13, 14 years in the league. He's been on TV since he's been out of the league, right? You learn some things about analytics, what people like, what people don't like, what takes are good, what takes are not good, what to say, what not to say, when to be funny, when not to be funny, when to be serious, when to stand up for stuff, right? He couldn't have not learned something. And not to mention the team he's around probably figured out how to play this algorithm game. Now he's on the independent side of it, and the algorithm game is working based off his experiences. That's not to be called gay. That's to be called successful. And thank you for showing us the way that we can mimic or try it and go up. Or reach out to you and get some more notoriety. That's all I'm trying to say. I probably beat this one in the
But
ground.
they said the same thing about Strahan too, though, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's a very good example. Yes. Because
Like to me,
he's up there with Kelly.
Yeah, Strahan is like Shannon Sharp just on mainstream television.
That's a very good example. That would be a very good example.
Two people to list, right? Two big dudes. They both talk with their hands.
Yep.
Both always clean, always dressed. I think those are the things, right? It's very rare you see someone with so much style, and then Shannon Sharp style is very, very different, right? It's colorful. Everything pops. It looks like a stylist, did it, or someone.
Right.
Maybe it's gay, right? Like if you see a dude with that much like taste in the house, it's normally natural, and it's just like, wait a minute, it's a little bit too clean in here. I know you've been in one of those situations. It's a little bit too clean in here, or I had someone tell like yeah, I was dating this guy, but his house was just a little bit too clean. Like it's as if he was living with a female, but there was no female there.
Right.
So it was like, I kind of want my guy to be rough. I want me to clean up after him a little bit.
Right.
Maybe it's that ignorance. It's just
I think
just a thorough dude. You know what I mean?
I think it's more ignorance than anything else. I mean, I think if people were afforded the same opportunities and situations that Shannon Sharp, just because that's who we're talking to, were allowed, you probably would try some different things too. Not to mention, you might look a different way too. Like I don't expect if I have a 50 million view video for 3 hours, 50 million views on one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna just wear this plain T-shirt. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna put something a little bit.
Or you gonna pop?
We're gonna pop. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've got some ignorant tendencies. I love gold. I'm not gonna front. I got a bottom front. I can't wait to get the chain to match. Like I'm waiting. Like it's some things that I want. Like I'm not fronting. Like I like gold. I would like a Corvette, but like clothes is not my big thing. But you might see a little jewelry if I got a little something. That's just me. But now maybe you would see me in a t-shirt, but it might be a newer t-shirt. You know, I know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll end that segment on this. Shannon, Michael, if you guys are gay, it's okay. We love your show. And that's it. But everybody else, if the man not gay, stop saying he gay, all right?
Right.
Just stop.
That's what I got on that one, man.
And go be out the way somewhere.
Oh man. Okay. Let me see. I got this. Yo, I kind of wanted to get into this one, right? So, and I think like we've been kind of seeing this kind of hinted at. So people are saying the NFL is soft, the NBA is soft. We had the Draymond incident. We've had we've had a couple penalties in the playoffs to where like people got into pushing and shoving matches. All of a sudden, the 15-yard penalty. Versus if you look a decade ago, they let that stuff fly. We're tackling a lot different. They've changed kick returns, punt kickoffs, and so I wanted to bring up an issue of the NHL allows fighting, but the NBA and the NBA and NFL don't allow fighting. But they're more black oriented sports.
For now.
For now, yeah, that's right. I mean, like I heard black people invented hockey. There's a book about it. I really want to read that book, but so I just thought that was interesting because, like, okay, we have a predominantly white sport, and now they fist the cuffs. Like it's you supposed to go beat somebody up who touches your score, versus we got Draymond who gets aggressive when you mess with his people, and all of a sudden now he's out of there, and now. I don't know if you've ever been to an NBA game or an NHL game. NHL game is a little different.
Very different.
It's a little different.
It's actually probably one of the best atmospheres in sports, from my opinion.
And it is not family friendly. Do not bring your child there thinking that they're just going to hear some regular talk. No, you guys are wild in the NHL. I went to a Coyotes game, and I'm talking about the chant across the stadium was like, F the ref. F the ref. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 times. Nobody could do anything about it. They could never get away with that in an NBA game. Like or in
you ever been to a Sixers game?
That
happened every night, bro.
Well, I take that back. They probably could, but like I didn't realize hockey was a very rowdy environment.
It is, especially playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is excellent.
Yeah.
Like if I'm being frank, I think playoff hockey might be the best watch in sports.
Hockey's not fixed at all.
No,
I don't think so. Not even I got a killer on the bench that could just come out and deck your best man.
It's too much pride, I think, for that. Because you got dudes literally skating around. Like I think most hockey players, they lose like all their teeth by the end of their career, right?
Yep.
So you ain't doing all that, getting your teeth knocked out to like throw a game. You know what I mean? So so can hit their line and hockey's just way different, and it's not as mainstream either, which is weird, right? It's just not. You would think a white dominated sport would be boom.
Yeah.
Look at our guys, right? But it's not. It's NBA, NFL.
Yeah.
Bystander.
Tell Jordan I said what's up.
So we'll get him on one day on sports, but it's interesting. And golf is the same way, right? Golf now, like they got the waste management, right? It gets mad rowdy there. It's the only golf tournament you can get. They throw little beer cans and stuff onto the golf course. People run out there naked and all this other craziness.
And I guess it's like, how do we let the aggression out in basketball? Because, like, let's be real. Like, Draymond hit that 7-foot tall dude. Now he wants to press assault charges on him in the NBA game. Like, he's soft. Like, real, and that's the thing. Like, basketball has gotten so soft. Like, All-Star game, 211 points. That's craziness. Like, I mean, like, we've gotten to the point where defense on the NFL and the NBA has gotten so lackadaisical because there's no aggression. We can't have any aggression in family sports, which seem to be the NBA and NFL. But the NHL, you can go uppercut the dude who just scored.
The refs will watch you fight.
Yeah, they'll watch you fight. And if you break it up too fast, the ref might get beat up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's so different. So I just thought that was interesting. It popped in my head, and I was like, man, this is a good topic. But like,
Yeah, like so that's a great question. You would think they would allow like black folks to make a fool of themselves on TV, but it's like the exact opposite. They suspend you, so they suspend you with without pay, right? And then they fine you. So it's really about the bread, right? But they're letting these eight hockey players just fight, and they don't even get a fine.
no fine,
Nothing.
that's a part of the game. That's part of it.
Part of the
That's
game.
how it goes.
And it used to be part of the NBA, like you said, right? And even NFL, it was just like the goal was to take out Tom Brady, like, or take out the quarterback.
Right.
If I get your quarterback out of the game, we win it.
Good. We winning. We good.
We winning.
Yeah.
And it was very rare for a quarterback to finish a whole season. And if he did, he was probably like Troy Aikman and what's his name,
Joe
Steve
Montana,
Young,
Steve Young,
playing with a concussion the whole time.
Concussion.
So to answer the question, I think with all the different rule changes and this whole thing, I think it's to protect the players because at the end of the day, they need these guys on the court. They need them on the field. I think with hockey, I don't know why they let them fight.
It's a part of the culture. Like it's just a part. It's a part of that culture of the sport. But my thing is this:
not boxing for that.
Defense used to be a part of the culture in football and
It
basketball.
was, and it's no longer a culture.
Tough defense was a part of the culture. Like getting under that man's skin, getting him to elbow you in the face, or you elbowing him in the face, or coming up with, that's a part of it. Like playing a contact sport, part of it is to avoid contact and then realize how to take contact. And now they're trying to take the contact out of it, and it's so it can be high scoring, but points to a degree, a saturation of anything, too much of anything is a bad thing, right? So now we have too many points, it's starting to turn bad because there's not enough defense. So I don't know what the fix is, but suspending players like Draymond for incidental aggression doesn't seem like that's the way to change the narrative that you guys would just let offense fly off the handles and defense doesn't do anything in both sports. I can get some of the tackling clauses, as far as a horse collar, face masking and just different stuff like that. Totally get that, roughing the passer, roughing the kicker. I get some of those, but at the same time, if I got a clear shot at somebody, I should take that. In football, if I can block you hard and get you out of here, I'm still trying to win this game to a degree. I'm not trying to end your career, but at the same time, if you go down hard, you go down hard.
So that brings you to this point. I guess the NFL realized at some point, probably a decade ago, or maybe even earlier than that, right? What was that movie with Will Smith that he did? What was it called?
I know you're talking about the concussion one. Yeah.
So I think the NFL was like, yo, we got to switch this up, or they may not be in NFL by 2030, right? Because it trickles down. If all they kept doing was saying football is directly related to CTE, right? Brain damage, all these things. And then a lot of football players commit suicide, a lot more. And you never really hear about it. You hear about the junior Seau's, you hear about this guy, that guy, but you never hear the regular common guy that was on the practice team for 3 years, got his one shot and he got cut. Where's he at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think they had to slow the game up. So what they did was they modified the kickoffs. They modified hitting the quarterback because we all want to see Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, right? We don't want to see whoever and whoever. You know what I mean? It's just imagine. The Eagles got away with it with Nick Foles, but imagine. But that whole storyline was crazy. Nick Foles versus the Goliath, of Tom Brady. They had a story to paint. Would anybody watch? Name two backup quarterbacks. I can't even think of any right now.
They almost have one with the Browns. What's the guy's name? My guy from the Ravens.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Does anybody want to see Joe Flacco versus? I don't know who's. You know what I mean? Brock Purdy.
Here you go. Blake Griffin III.
Yes.
Blake Griffin III. It's over. Just announce. It's over. You should have been a hurdler. You should have jumped. You should have jumped at the Olympics. It's Blake Griffin III. You're not an NFL quarterback no more. It's over.
Oh my goodness, he destroying his man. Why you destroying this man?
It's over. I'd rather have Cam Newton.
Game manager.
They'd rather have Joe Flacco.
Oh,
it's over, man. Blake, announce. Get your hair braided. You look great. You're a pretty guy. You look great. You have a lot of things going for you. Figure it out, dog. It just never was going to work. The Redskins is a terrible team to go to. Oh, sorry, the Washington football team. Anyway, terrible team to go to. But anyway, yeah, man. Nah, I just thought the aggression thing was.
Oh, you're talking about was it? You sure? Is it Blake or is it
Blake Griffin the third or RG3? Sorry.
Yeah,
I said it wrong. RG3.
Blake. I'm like, who?
Sorry. I messed up. See, you messed up.
You're gonna be crucified.
RG3. It's over.
All right, RG3.
RG3.
I don't know.
It's over.
Wait. Back to him, real quick. I gotta give him respect. He was mishandled.
Oh,
He's
100%.
a prime example.
100% was mishandled.
Of an athlete that got mishandled. He had a hot rookie year. They rushed him back in because the Washington football team hasn't seen the playoffs in years, right? And
he went to a bad organization. And I know this is far from that topic, but this is why NIL money is so important. So these young kids don't have to take that garbage organization that's going to throw your career away just because you're the number one pick or the first round picks. Take your time. Play another year in college. Get paid. Go where you want to go. Figure it out. I'm sorry.
Or you get hurt in college and then it's over anyway.
But you made money. You know what? I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. The pro contract's better. The pro contract's better. But
way better.
Here's my thing. If I'm a top recruit, I'm not going to a C market. I'm just not. I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay, I did say that wrong. It was RG3. RG3, not Blake Griffin III. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. RG3. You're not a quarterback anymore. I'd rather have Cam Newton. There, clarified.
Neither's Andrew Luck. Imagine that. Both of them retired early because injury.
Yeah, man.
Anyways.
Yeah, man. I got some beef. We passed that 10-minute mark. I'm finna go off, man. My go off moment went off last time. So, listen, no, straight up. Go ahead. What you gonna say?
No. Go ahead. Wait. I'm waiting.
Man, listen. Nikki Haley, get off my phone. Get off my phone, please. Get off my phone. Real talk. Nikki Haley, get off my phone. Yo, pictures now. Yo, this is a text message you sent me. You don't know my name. Get off my phone. Why are you text messaging me? Why are you text messaging? Look, I got 3 text messages. 1, 2, and then the third one right there. Got 3 text messages up. They're all in our face. I should probably move them. But those are 3 text messages I got from Nikki Haley and her party from random numbers. I hope you guys can call the numbers back. Nikki Haley, stop texting people. Nobody wants to vote for you. Stop texting people. We're not voting for you because you're sending us texts. Should I say it? Do it. Niggas don't want text messages. We want shoes. Niggas want shoes. Big T with the shoes. We want the gold tees. Make some shoes, Nikki Haley. We want the shoes.
So wait, do you think the shoes? Would you rock
them?
Some
ugly shoes. Hell no. Them shoes is terrible. They're horrific.
You sold them for how much?
Yo, I've seen them joke up to $3,000. They started off at $399.
$1,000.
Now to his credit,
genius.
To his credit, they have a red bottom, and for some reason that's a hot thing now. I don't know. The red bottom's hot. I'm not gonna front. I have no shoes with red bottoms, but the red bottom's hot. And I think the red bottom became super hot. If I had to guess, would be the Jordan What's the ones he wore in Space Jam? That one, but the black and red ones. I think they're the 13s. I think they're 13s. I'm not a Jordan guy, but the red bottoms on the Jordan 13s, the black red ones. I think that's why the red bottom is hot, personally, on sneakers and then definitely in shoes in general. I think Jordan is to pay for that. But Nikki Haley, stop texting my phone. Figure out a dress, a Lululemon line. Get you some Lululemons. Get you
Okay.
something. Stop texting my phone. Black people don't want text messages. We want shoes. And we don't want shoes. But I'm just saying, like, at least he got something. And then this is my rant on this. You know the difference between her texting my phone and Big T's shoes? It's a choice. I have a choice to go buy the shoes or not. I don't know what's fitting to come through this phone with her. She texts me all the time. Yo, I was doing the math, right? Okay, so I got 3 text messages this week. If I got 3 text messages a week times 4 weeks or throughout the month, what's that? 3 times 4, so that's 12. At this rate, I'm gonna have 120 text messages before you even get elected. Quit texting my phone. Stop texting me. I'm not voting for Nikki Haley.
Okay.
I want the shoes. I'm
I
joking.
like the shoes.
I don't want the shoes. I don't want the shoes. But at least the shoes is an option. At least I can either pick the shoes or not pick the shoes. Anyway,
Oh,
man.
it's the Jordan 11s, my favorite.
Jordan 11. I thought I was jacked. I thought I was too high. The Jordan 11s.
Best Jordans
The
ever.
Jordans 11. They are questionably the best Jordans ever. But the Jordan 11s, the black and red ones, I think that's where the red bottom really got hot, and that's where everybody does red bottoms. I think maybe somebody had it before, but maybe they copied it from somebody. But that to
There's
me,
also Louis Vuitton where they kind of coined
the red
red
bottoms.
bottom.
But was that before the Jordan 11s?
I'm not sure it
I
was
don't
before
know.
or
That's what I'm saying.
after, but they coined the
They,
term red
red bottoms.
bottoms.
But the most impressionable red bottom in my life is the Jordan 11s.
The Jordan 11s are the best.
Yeah, that's the most impressionable in my life. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
them.
Nikki, quit texting my phone. Get some red bottoms. I'm not playing with you.
Get some red bottoms.
And let me tell you something. Anybody who ever comments or see this clip or short, whatever, because I'm Nikki Haley. If you have a lawsuit going, I will be a part of it. Email me, get in touch with me. I will sign up. I want my time back. Stop texting my
I
phone.
want my time back.
You wilding out. I don't want that advertisement. I'm not voting for you. Figure it out. Like, read the room. Like, we got all these.
How'd you get your number, man?
That's a good question. You paid for something that I didn't even participate in. But like, we got health insurance being shoved down our throat. We have life insurance being shoved down our throat. Excuse me. I got a call for funeral insurance spam call. Mr. Cowan, have you thought about your future and what are your people going to do when you have to go in that? I said, I am 41 years old. I'm not dying tomorrow. Get off my phone. It's wild out here, bro. And now it's political. Now and to be fair, Democrats text too. I got one from the Democrats.
They probably text more.
No, Nikki's number one on mine, and she called me. She called
Really?
me. Yeah, they calling me too. Cold calls, text messages, spam
Was her
calls.
voice? Was her voice on?
I hung
was
up
her-
on it, dog. It was like, this is a call from the representative of the Nikki.
You want to talk to Nikki?
Click.
You want to talk to Nikki?
No, I want to talk to Nikki.
Nikki Haley?
No. Stop harassing us. Make some shoes.
Uh,
No, that's
with
just
some
joke.
ends on it.
With some what's on it?
Some ends on it. Some gold ends.
No, she can't copy Big T. Nah, she can't copy Big T. Hers need to be like shark.
Gold.
She needs to get shark skin or something like that because she's a shark. You know that's not even her real name, right? Her real name's not even Nikki Haley.
Did not know that.
I don't know what her real
is,
name is, but I can't remember. I recently heard it, but it's not. That's not her real name.
Is Barack Obama's name Barack Obama?
I
Or
believe
is it
so.
given?
I believe so.
Wasn't Barry Davis?
I mean, Donald Trump's name's not Big T, but I call him Big T. That's Big T.
That's Big T.
Yeah, Big T.
Big T.
Yeah, man. Don't text me anymore, Nikki. Seriously. Straight up, man. Driving me crazy. This is a text message including Dustin Cowan. Were you voting for the man?
What did the text message say?
Oh man, let me pull one up so we can read it. Let me see.
Like, remember to vote?
No, let's see. All right. Dustin, did you see this? Nikki Haley will be on John's Island for a early voting bus tour. Stop tomorrow. It's like it's 12:30. I don't care. I don't care that she's on some bus tour. Like, stop advertising to me.
South Carolina is an important state.
No, it's not.
It is for the Democrat vote.
Yeah, Democrats, but it's been a Republican state for forever.
It's a very important state.
South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia have all been Republican states. Georgia's the only one teetering. North Carolina can teeter, but the problem is that we don't go out there and vote. Like the black vote in North Carolina is pretty strong, but we just don't do it. But yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, man. Hey, man. Should we get to? We hit it on a little bit of sports, but should we get into some sports?
Yeah, sure. Who you got?
Man, I want to talk about Milwaukee, dog.
Talk about Milwaukee. You had some strong opinions about Mr.
Garbage,
Glenn. Go ahead.
garbage. Yeah, Glenn. His real name Glenn. Doc. Get out of here, Doc, man. Doc is messing up, man. Doc is messing up. He's 3-7 for the last 10. I don't know. He might have played since we recorded this. At this rate, the Bucks are going to fall out of fourth place, or excuse me, they're going to fall out of the home court advantage for the first round. Um, I think the Bucks as an organization have caught the bug of we won one, we were supposed to win multiple, and I just don't think that market, that franchise realizes is that it was a very rare gem that you guys even won the one. Like you guys beat the Suns because the West was really weak that year. Like I'm just gonna be honest, the West was weak that year. If the West was healthy, you wouldn't have won a championship. Like
What years? What years this?
Bucks won in last year was Nuggets. Year before that was
2001.
2021.
That was Giannis's, I believe, MVP season.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were pretty good, bro.
Giannis is on a roll. Giannis is on a roll, but like,
I do got a little bit of beef with you though, because you got this beef with Giannis. Like,
yeah, man.
what's your beef with Giannis, man? I think you have an opposite opinion than I do of him. I think he. Have you ever seen his number one? Have you ever seen his little documentary that was on Disney?
No, I didn't watch the Disney documentary.
Okay,
I've heard the stories though, but I
it
haven't.
may change your opinion on him a little bit. I personally believe he has all right to do what he's doing, in my opinion. Only because without Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks are probably not relevant at all and won't be relevant for the next eons of years. The only reason guys like Dame, Lillard, and all that would even come there is because Giannis is there, right? And they know it's pretty much an automatic segue to the championship as long as they play good basketball, right? Or cohesive basketball. Like the stars just get along and sacrifice and do whatever you got to do.
Okay.
However, the Bucks really have no leverage in this situation. As you mentioned, you love your markets. They are I guess
C.
this way, right?
C
A C
market.
grade market, right?
Yeah.
And your opinion is C grade markets need to stay C grade markets and stay in a lane, right? You don't have the audacity to make these headlining maneuvers in the NBA, right? It's not like the LA Lakers. That's so to bring it back. So LeBron James, because he recently was reached out to be traded for, right?
Okay.
Did you see how they handled that situation, the Lakers? Did you see how did you hear about how they handled it?
Yeah, like if you weren't going to give up Embiid, they weren't trading LeBron. If you weren't going to give up, I guess.
But even their front office, so what's her name? Bussy, right?
Yeah, Janie Buss.
When they called up, I forget the I don't know the GM for the Warriors right now, but he
Right.
called and was and what'd she do? She said, "Hey, I want LeBron to make his decision if he's available or not. Call his agent."
Right.
That's the difference in
Yeah,
franchises,
Rich
right?
Paul
That's
shut that down.
but they're not desperate because they're a market. Everybody's gonna want to come to LA, whether they're trash or whether they're great, right? Milwaukee don't have that option. Milwaukee's last like major superstar was Ray Allen.
I agree with you.
Before that, and they had Glenn Robinson.
Let me give you some pushback.
Yeah,
First off, I don't have a beef with Giannis. Giannis is a
Okay.
tremendous talent, tremendous athlete. What he's brought to the game, I personally like his style of basketball. It's my style. He's a bully ball player. No problem with Giannis. No
You
problem with his
guys do play
story.
alike.
Huh?
I said you guys do kind of play
Yeah, I
alike.
play bully ball. I can't shoot. I play bully ball.
You're going
Um,
straight to the
I'm
hole.
going to the hole. I'm going to the hole. That's how Giannis plays. I'm going to the jumper. I'm going to the hole, but inside the 3 point line. So um, that's not my beef with Giannis. My beef is with Milwaukee, the organization. You guys look nuts right now. You look nut. You look out of control. You look out of control. Okay, you just won the chip in 3 years ago, 2021. Stacked team. Giannis is there. Giannis does plays out of his mind. Drew Holiday's there, plays out of his mind. What's the third? What's the third guy? Um,
Chris
uh,
Middleton.
Chris Middleton plays out of his mind.
Wait a second, guy. Yeah.
He's the second guy, really. I said it. I said it out of order, but coach, coach is out of his mind. Cool. Things are looking good, up and up. Should that team win another chip? Yes, but that team needs to be the team to win another chip. You can't break those pieces off. You can't disseminate those pieces. You can't disseminate those four pieces. You can't get rid of a head coach. You can't get rid of a point guard. You can't get rid of Middleton. You can't get rid of Giannis. Those are the four core pieces you definitely need. What you could do, what you can do, you can change the other 12 people on that bench. You can change the offensive, defensive, maybe assistant coaches on that bench, but you don't get rid of a coach that has brought you to the chip when you guys were nowhere near there like before Giannis and got there. I think Giannis's talent and his ability to get there was due to that coach that got him there, that pushed him there. Now it looks like he's got softer coaches, he's got softer defense, and it doesn't look like anybody's in charge. Is my biggest problem with Milwaukee. It doesn't look like management's in charge. It doesn't look like the head coach in charge. It doesn't look like the star players in charge. It looks like the star players dictating stuff. The coach right now doesn't know what to do, and management, once this goes bad, looks like an idiot because 3 years ago you were where you needed to be. Last year when Miami, yeah, because Miami got there last year, right? Because they knocked them out first. They knocked Milwaukee out first, right? Because Miami was the eighth seed. That was last year, right?
I believe so.
Milwaukee should have got past them, but Milwaukee was hurt.
Yes, they were hurt. They've been hurt every year since their championship, actually.
Okay, if you're saying you're moving pieces because they're hurt, that can look a different way. You could do that a smoother way. But you've got the pieces in place to still win a championship prior to the Dame Lillard trade. I don't think I honestly at this point I don't think Dame helped or hurt anything. Like I'm not saying it's a bad move, but it didn't help or hurt anything. What I will say is changing coaches in the middle of the year definitely hurt something. Having Giannis dictate like who's playing, who's there, who's in his brother's slot, whatever not, his family being here, all that looks away in the locker room. If I see this one superstar, don't get me wrong, he's got the chip, he's the MVP, he's the man, but he's got so much pull that he's pulling everything. That pulls a locker room away. That could pull me as a player away from
That's true.
success.
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like. It looks like they're Milwaukee's in so many directions. So my problem's not with Giannis. My problem is with Milwaukee looking out of control. You're supposed to be a basketball organization. You just won the chip 3 years ago. You should look a little more organized than this. You shouldn't look like two coaches in the same. You shouldn't look like three coaches in that 3 year period. You shouldn't look like major upgrade but doesn't do anything. You shouldn't look like Doc Rivers 3-7. You shouldn't look like Doc Rivers saying that half the players are in Cancun and that's why we're losing. You shouldn't look like Damon Lillard scores 59 or was it 60 was it 59 points in the All-Star game but can't do 30 points a night every night. It shouldn't look like Giannis and him can't get it together to be they should be either 2 or 1 and I would say behind Boston. I think Boston's the best team in the East. But it doesn't look like that. It looks like chaos. And that chaos in my opinion is not going to be finishing in the top 5 spots.
So I'll give you a little bit of perspective as a Philadelphia Sixers fan who just we just got rid of Doc Rivers, right? And what everybody's beef was with Mr. Glenn Rivers, right? It was lack of adjustments, lack of accountability, right? And he quote unquote brought a culture here, but he just didn't, and he didn't play any young guys. So he's not someone that's going to develop young talent. So on this regard, this is where I think it didn't make sense for the Milwaukee Bucks to bring him in. I know why they brought him in. I think they felt desperate, and the other coach wasn't able to, even though they were winning, something was going on with him and Giannis. So it was like, all right, this coach who we haven't won a championship with, or we keep Giannis, who we have won a championship with, and honestly, our magnet to bring other stars here for the oncoming years, because he's still under 30 years old, I believe, or
Yeah,
just turned 30. So
yeah.
he's still got another 5 years of his prime left. So to me, you got to take care of your player, especially in the NBA, because these guys have guaranteed contracts. So even if they trade him away, Milwaukee's still paying Giannis wherever he goes. We're still paying James Harden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to bring this point to you. I believe in 20 games, not 10. James Harden's first 10 games with the Clippers, everybody was like, yo, the Sixers won this trade. Oh my God, it's over. They're playing James Harden ball. We had announcers coming out saying stuff, all this stuff. Now who's laughing?
But Tyrone, but he okay. To kind of piggyback your point of now who's laughing, who announced and said, "Give me 10 games"? Who gave that direction? Who looked the camera square in
Oh,
the
Ty
eyes
Lue.
and said, "We need 10 games"?
Ty Lue.
Ty Lue got that 10 games together. Now a lot of people are going to credit Westbrook for coming off the bench, and I do too. Westbrook, big shot, big humbling experience going to the bench and changing the role of his starting role to a bench second the
This is not his
second.
first time, though. This is not
No,
his
it's
first time.
not. But like for instance, he's in charge of the second unit, and like I think that's a big shout to him, and it's working right. But Ty Lue is definitely the head coach of that team. Like it looks like I'm in control of these guys. I've got a direction. I've got a plan. The Bucks don't look like they have a plan. It just looks like chaos right now. We're gonna get Dame Lillard. Okay, that looks good. 40-13, or no, what is it? Out of 40 games, we only lost 13. We're gonna fire the head coach. What? My brother's gonna play on this team no matter what. What? The coach that wanted to chip, he's not here no more. Don't worry about that. What? The guard who wanted to chip with us is not here no more. What? Like what? It just and then to I guess piggyback. Second place, third place, fourth place. They're almost tied for fourth place. The Knicks look better. Look, the Knicks are going to get third place. Milwaukee by the end of the week will be fourth place. And I think that's bad. You're losing your home court advantage. Like, okay, if you're looking for a playoff run, home court advantage should help you. Another thing too, if you're looking to improve your C-list market, you want home court advantage. So the majority of the games are in your town. So you win in your town. So it looks like, oh, my town is the market. That nothing that you're doing as an organization is showing that you're trying to improve the market to up. Now you expect stuff like this from like an
They
A-list.
brought Damon, though. That's huge.
You got
That's
a
huge.
you got a player who wanted to get out of Portland, dog. I mean,
Still, it doesn't matter. They still got Dame Lillard. Period.
I don't look at that as the biggest feat as I look at like. Don't get me wrong, Dame is huge wherever he goes. Dame's the man. Like I'm not gonna take away anything Dame again. It's just as talented, if not more talented, than a lot of players in the NBA. I don't have anything against Dame, and it's not a player thing for me. It's an organization thing to me. Like you need to look like an organization. Organization is organized, right? This doesn't look organized, and that
So, yeah, so this is what I think, right? I, I, I just try to put myself in Doc Rivers' shoes, right? I don't know where I get this phone call.
right.
I'm happy. I'm in the booth. I'm doing games. I'm doing my thing. I'm taking a year off from coaching.
You
Yada
in
yada
the
yada.
you in
Everything
the
I want
game
to do,
with
right?
you calling games with your son. You could be.
So then Milwaukee calls me up. It's like, yo, come to this office. We want to talk to you, right? His first question is, why is this man getting fired? They're second in the East. I don't understand. They break it down. You taking a job or not? He gives them their number. Cool. He gets the job. Now, if I'm in Doc Rivers' shoes, I got all these egos and personality, right? Are you going to try to automatically instill what you're are you gonna from day one just bring that in, or you're just gonna kind of watch? It's almost all-star game. We got 10 games to the all-star game. Let me see what I got to work with here, right? Boom. We get a week off. We get to practice, we get to catch up, get people back from Cancun or whatever, unhealed, whatever. Now we got 30 games to the playoffs. So now we got 30 games to clean this up and get ready for the playoffs. No matter what, even if I think almost even if they only win 10 games, right, or from now, right? I still think they're in the play-in.
I agree.
Okay, so even if they win just 10 games, they just got to figure it all out by the playoffs. And I think they will. Do I think they're a championship team? No, only because Doc Rivers is coaching the team. And God forbid they get into a 7 game series, it's over. I'm gonna say that if Doc Rivers goes into a game seven with any team, Milwaukee is going home.
You know,
I stamp that here.
I don't know the name of the coach that won the chip at the Milwaukee Bucks the year they won.
Bullholster.
Where's Bill Holster? Like you know, would have been a better look. Hire him back. That'd have been a
Nah,
better look.
they fired him because he wasn't making any adjustments. That's why they fired him. And there was some obviously some beef with Giannis as well.
It's beef with management and Giannis. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Giannis right now is in a position to be like, I want my brother on this team, and that's it. And if you watch that documentary, I kind of understand where Giannis is coming from. They escaped a genocide.
They
They
had
had to
nothing. Like I understand, like they came from absolutely nothing and more
yeah. So he
less.
came over. He wasn't supposed to be drafted. You know what I'm saying? So to
It
me,
worked out.
it's just like Embiid, right? The Sixers they're dealing with the same thing now, right? Not saying Embiid's like making these demands, but he has a little bit less of leverage because he has no championship. He hasn't played a full season. He's been hurt almost every year. Every year he's
Right.
been hurt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to yeah, Giannis wants more championships. He's trying to build a legacy. Um, he's just trying to find his way there. And it's like, yo, if either y'all gonna bring me some players or I'm out of here. And y'all gonna pay me anyway. And any team's gonna want to have me. And they're gonna take my brother too.
I think if he was smart, he'd have left. I think.
Not
Okay, how about
well,
this? How about this? How about this? And I think if the Bucks were smart, I'd let him leave.
nah, you just can't. Like you, you can't. Not Giannis. I guess
You
he was an
you
Embiid. Now
you
Embiid's different, right?
you
He's been
can.
hurt. So right.
You can. It just depends on what you get. Like, I mean, I just
Because you got to match his salary, bro.
I'm just thinking Milwaukee. Like, I mean, I just think you have to like realistically realize your place. It's Milwaukee, dog. It's not
I feel Milwaukee can elevate to the next level. If
okay.
let's say if Milwaukee, all right, put it this way, was Golden State before the dynasty, right? Was it a must go to team?
No,
They were a C or D market, yes.
right. But
What
okay,
are
how
they
about this?
now?
How about this? Were they a C or a C plus market?
C plus.
Would you rather go to Milwaukee or go San Diego?
San Diego, you mean Oakland
I
at the
mean
time?
Oakland. Oakland. Excuse me. Would you rather go to Oakland? At least you by the bay. Got the water.
The weather's not
The
that much
weather.
better
The
there.
weather's way better than Milwaukee, dog. It snows in Milwaukee, dog. It ain't snowing in Oakland.
Some people like the snow, bro.
Okay. Okay.
You from South Carolina, so you just think
Listen,
hot
man.
and humid all the
Don't
time.
nobody want no snow, man.
Better all the time, man.
Don't nobody want no
So
snow. Give me the humidity any day of
Milwaukee
the
has
week.
one of the lowest crime rates, I believe. It's like a fairly solid place to live, man. Like
I believe
honestly, it's just cold.
I believe Milwaukee's probably a solid place to live. Like I'm not gonna knock that, but
It's like Minnesota, right? Like the
let me tell you
Vikings.
something.
Who
I'm
the heck wants to live in Minnesota?
I'm going to. I mean, I don't. I want to go to
But
California.
it's one of the richest like areas in the country, bro. That's where all the money lives in Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think a lot of these players, man, where they came from in the beginning, like either the hood or some other country, and you're in a war zone or whatever. It don't matter what city they go to, man. They have enough money to make their life so comfortable. It does not matter.
The opportunity oversees the play. Like for instance, whatever it is. Like if it was F lifts market, but someone's going to pay you on a professional scale level to be there, you're going to the F market.
You're
Like
going.
I'm not arguing that point.
Period.
I'm not
So
arguing that
for me,
point.
Giannis and this whole thing with the Bucks, let's give them another 10 games. I would love to have this conversation again. We'll see what their 20 game record is with Doc Rivers. We'll see.
It's
In my
February
opinion, I think they're going to be like around 500.
February the 22nd.
February 20.
And my prediction was they'd finish fifth or worse. So that's my prediction.
Fifth or worse.
And they're trending down.
Hmm.
So
Okay. Um, I. Oh, that might be worth the bet. We might have to bet on that one, man. What's the bet? What we doing?
what you got, bro? What you got?
All right. How about this? The loser of the bet
Okay.
has to do with the amount of push-ups that they won. So the amount of games they won, they got to do that many push-ups on
Okay.
this.
Yeah, no problem. Like in
All
a
right.
row. In a row.
So
Yeah, I got you. Mm. Hope
I
you
hope
hope
they
you've
don't
been
get
working
50
out.
wins.
I hope you
Actually, I do hope they get to 50 wins, so I don't
been...
have to. I'm saying they're gonna finish fifth seed or better.
I think I probably can do about right between 40 and 50 push-ups in a row right now.
Okay. I think they finish fifth seed or better. You're saying fifth seed or worse. So I guess they finish fifth at safe zone, but anything less than fifth, they lose. Anything above five,
Okay.
I win.
Fair enough.
All right,
Fair enough.
fair.
What else going on in sports? Or did you want to get in them? Did we listen to music? Did we listen to anything?
I
I
listened to Killer Mike's album,
fire.
Fire.
Fire. That album is fire, man. Listen,
Like I'm
Killer
still listening to it.
Killer Mike's album is fire.
Fire.
Listen, like, okay, so like, and honestly, the reason it made me listen to it, I listened to
I can
his.
see why he got arrested on
I know why he
stage.
got arrested. They could have let him. They could have let him talk. You imagine his speech? Like if he'd have got up and gave a speech. They said, okay, if he would have got arrested, they said Jay Z was actually looking for him to call him on stage to actually make this speech for when he accepted the Dr. Dre award. They said Jay Z texted him and said, "Dog, I was looking for you," and he said, "Yeah, I got arrested." He says, "I found out afterwards." He said, "I was gonna call you on stage because the rap award was not televised, but Killer Mike talks to the people, dog." And that whole album is talking to the people, man. I listened to the album about 3 times now. That album's
Yo,
fire.
fire. It's one of the best hip hop albums I've heard in a long time. Like just pure hip hop, no gimmicks, no he didn't have to do no propaganda, no crazy stuff. It was just like from the moment you turn it on, there's no lazy lyrics. There's no like,
No,
yo, let me go hit this and do this, and then like, yeah, he talks about, but it's his life experience in a positive way to help people maybe learn from it, and maybe like, yo, you don't gotta do that. Like, he mentioned like, yeah, I went to school, but I still had to like sell cocaine to make it through. Like, I still had to do that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I'm doing
yeah.
all this, so my kids don't have to do any of that. You know what I mean? Like he was, but his wordplay, everything. I was like, damn, this is a really good album. His features. It's like now this is an album.
I'm gonna tell you, it's only probably about maybe 2 features that out rapped him. I'm gonna go with Andre 3 Stack, and then
That was a fire at yo. He went
who
on
else
in
was
that.
who else was on there that I thought that might have out rapped him? I thought they had a really good verse. I'd have to see the feature list, but 3
There was one
Stack,
guy named what Mosey or whatever. He had a good
Mozzie,
little
yeah, Mozzie, yeah,
Mozzie. Yeah,
yeah.
he don't fire in there.
No,
But yeah,
Mozzie's
yeah,
really
like
good.
Andre 3000. Yeah, like a lot of people are not gonna out rap him. You know what I'm saying? But Killer Mike, it's not like Killer Mike's verse is just like an afterthought.
No, no, no. That's what I was gonna say. It's not like it was like uh, A plus to like a C minus. No, no, no. It was an A plus to a
It's like an
A
A
almost plus. Like,
plus.
yeah, he.
It's just that Andre 3000, you haven't heard him in forever, and so when he does get on the track, it's just like, ooh,
But
Andre.
Andre 3000 has a different way of rhythmically, sonically, and
His
poetically
wordplay,
saying
yeah, his wordplay is
words
crazy.
is ridiculous.
He's well read. He knows how to use words.
It was understandable when he says, I can't rap no more because like if you listen to like all his lyrics, what else can you what more are you gonna say? Like what more can you say, Andre 3000? His wordplay is something crazy. I think it's I think when he's on the Breakfast Club, I think in Joe Budden's interview, prior to him going to the Grammys, because when he introduced the album, he said he was gonna sweep. And if they'd have gave any other 3 categories to anybody else after listening to this album and listening to a lot, I listened to that Travis Scott album. I listened to, I can't remember. I think it's one more album on the Grammy list that he was on, and nobody was even close. I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about maybe in the past 3 years, maybe the past 5 years. I don't think anybody has been remotely close to that. And I'm a big Drake fan. I like Bros. I like I'm trying to think who I like that's currently rapping regularly, that can actually rap.
I mean,
I
there
like
was
Two
like
Chains.
Kendrick's
I
project,
like Kendrick. Kendrick's album was not better than Killer Mike's project.
not all the way through. No,
I'm gonna be honest. I think J. Cole can out rap Killer Mike in certain instances, but the way this project was put together and the way it sonically sounded and the message it was delivering was better than what J. Cole was going to deliver this year. Um, 21 and Drake, I like their album. I like their cohesiveness. I like that, but they doing 21 and Drake stuff. They not doing the talk to the black man, talk to the black mom, talk to the world, talk to social. They
right,
weren't talking. A lot of rappers are rapping, but they ain't talking about nothing.
right.
There's messaging is off. They ain't talking about nothing. Killer Mike
Yeah,
was talking about something.
he
That
was talking about something. He
Killer
was
Mike was
really like,
fire.
honestly, you can go ahead and say like maybe this wasn't really a rap album. Maybe this is more like a hip hop album where he's actually having a message behind it. It's not just chicks, club,
It
throwing money,
it's
this
definitely
bitch, that hoe.
it's definitely messages, but it's like you know I guess I'll say about it. It's rap with a purpose.
Yes.
It's purpose rapping. Like a lot of y'all are rapping, but this is purpose. This is like, yo, I said some fire. This is fire. This album
Yep.
fire. It's gonna be fire. Listen to my album. I listen
And
to the album. I
you know
cried.
what's funny?
I cried when I listened to the album.
Wow. You know what's funny? You didn't mention this. Like all your other albums you mentioned this one point. What's the one thing you always say about these albums?
Too short, too long. I didn't think it was too short or too long.
It was 18, what, 18 records? 18 or 19?
I didn't think it was too.
And
But
it
see,
didn't even feel like
but
it.
see, that's the thing. When you hearing good rap, it don't sound long.
It don't sound long.
Like when you hearing good music, like that's the thing. When you have real talk, no skip. When you have a no skip, like my I.
What was the last no skip album?
I'm about to just kind of quote off like just off the top heads no skip albums. DMX first album no skip. R. Kelly TP 2000. R. Kelly Chocolate Factory for me. Probably R. Kelly. It's probably one more. No skip. Buster Rhymes Extinction Level Event. No skip. For me. Drake. Oh man.
Which
The
one?
one, the one with the blue sky. I can't think of it. With his
Nothing was the same.
nothing was the same. No skip. The one with controller on it. The one where he's on top of the Toronto Tower, like leaned off. I can't think of
Views.
No skip
You
for
think
me.
this is a no skip? You
For
think so?
me. For me. For
Okay.
me. I'm only cause Outcast. Aquemini. No skip. I'm trying to think of some southern stuff. Rick Ross's third album. No skip for me.
What about
Dream,
I got one for you.
Dream,
I got one for
Dream,
you.
Love, Hate, and Love King, and the other one. All three of his albums, no skip for me. Trey Songz, Songbook, no skip for me. Oh man, I'm just it's
What about Get Rich or Die Trying?
probably no skip, but probably a little dated.
Possibly.
Probably dated for me now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost too old now. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, you just mentioned DMX's first album.
dog, DMX is the best. DMX first album, is the best rap album of all time. I don't care what nobody says. DMX's first rap album on Def Jam, it's Hell and oh man, I'm about to mess up. It's Dark and Hell is Hot. That's the best rap album of all time for me.
Mm.
Hands down. I don't. People are like,
Plain.
who's the best? Who's the go to rapping? DMX first album
Mm.
for me.
Mm.
Period.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody say. Pac, Biggie, all that debate. DMX for me. For me. I'm never not riding for DMX. I'm sorry.
Usher's Confessions.
Usher's confess. There we go. Some R&B. Usher's Confessions. Oh man, I'm trying to think. It's a couple. It's a lot of no skips that I have, but like
American Gangster by Jay-Z.
oh fire. Oh yeah, no skip. No skip. Yeah, that's a no skip.
I like
Pharrell.
some good albums. I
Like,
like Take Care by Drake though. That's my favorite by Drake.
Pharrell's Neptune's one with fronting on it. That is close. That I believe that's a no skip. I think it might be one on there I don't like, but I think that is almost a no skip. That joint hard.
That might be it, man. There's not many no skips.
I'm
Like,
just trying to think of albums that in my life at the time I could just rock. Just it's like I'm talking about just like I've let them just play. Like I might have bought 3 CDs, and after I got to this one, it just didn't play them anymore. I almost messed up. Fetty Wap, no skip. Fetty Wap is no skip, dog. Oh my goodness, that's a hard album when it came out, man. That was a hard album. That was a that first.
see, there's some mixtapes out there too by like Lil Wayne, right?
Yeah.
By Fab, like the Soul tapes. Some of those are like unskippable to me. Almost all of Wayne's earlier